Panic broke out at a Baton Rouge Walmart today after an incident involving guns inside the store. It happened at the Walmart near the corner of Burbank and Blue Bonnet. Deputies say two men pulled guns on each other during a fight near the customer service desk. Now, initially, authorities said that shots were fired and a bystander was shot. But late this afternoon, the sheriff said a shooting did not happen, according to their preliminary investigation. Regardless, more than 100 shoppers were inside the store when the incident happened. Police do say that one suspect was arrested and another man is still at large. And the panic outside the Baton Rouge store comes just days after the deadliest shooting in Walmart's history in El Paso, Texas. And the day after that, a mass shooting in Dayton, Ohio. President Trump is scheduled to visit both sites tomorrow. Now, here's the latest on the two mass shootings this weekend. In Dayton, the police chief says the alleged gunman, Connor Betts, had, quote, expressed a desire to commit a mass shooting. Hospital officials confirmed 37 people were treated for injuries connected to the mass shooting over the weekend. 14 of those patients were treated for gunshot wounds. 23 others were hurt trying to escape. 7 victims remain in the hospital. 9 people died. In El Paso, a grief center opened today to help people cope with Saturday's mass shooting at a Walmart there. 22 people were killed and many others wounded. Authorities believe the alleged gunman, Patrick Crocius, stopped at the Walmart because he was hungry and then randomly chose that location to open fire.